we can estimate square roots if the number that we're working with is not a perfect square. But before we do that, we just need to note a couple of things. If you see this symbol, that means give the positive square root. If you see the negative and then the square root symbol, that means you're going to give the negative square root. So for example, this says the square root of 16. It says to give the positive square root of 16, which is 4. This says give the negative square root of 16, which would be negative 4. Okay. But let's talk about what to do if we're working with a number that's not a perfect square. What if I want you to estimate the square root of 28? Well, there's no whole number that you can multiply by itself to get to 28. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your multiplication chart, and you're going to look. These are all of our perfect squares because you see 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, so on and so forth. And our task is to estimate the square root of 28. So I'm going to look for the two perfect squares that 28 would fit between. So it would fit between 25 and 36, okay? Because 28 would go right between 25 and 36. So these are the two perfect squares I have to pick from. And then I decide which one is 28 closer to. Well, 28 is only 3 away from 25, but it's 8 away from 36. So it's closest to 25. So my estimate of the square root of 28 is going to be 5 because 25 is its closest perfect square and the square root of 25 is 5. So I'm going to say that the square root of 28 is about 5. Squiggly equal signs means about. So I want you to try the same thing, estimate the square root of 38. And then also estimate the square root of 150. And again, you can use your multiplication chart for this. And the negative square root of 105. So pause the video and estimate the square root of each of those numbers and then restart the video to check your work. Okay, for the square root of 38, I'm going to look at all my perfect squares. And I'm going to see that 38 is between 36 and 49, but it's closer to 36. So my estimate of the square root of 38, it is about 6. 150, I'm going to go down. It's between 144 and 169. It's closer to 144, and so my estimate is that it's about 12. The negative square root of 105, again, I'm going to go through the chart. I have 100 and 121, so it's going to be closer to 100, and so it's 10, but it's asking for the negative square root, so it is about negative 10.